Maggie loved the antique mirror she found at the thrift store. It was tall, with an ornate gold frame, and its glass had a faint, silvery ripple to it that made it seem almost alive. She placed it in her bedroom, directly across from her bed. The first night, she noticed something strange. As she lay in bed, scrolling on her phone, she glanced up and saw her reflection staring back at her. But when she turned to face the mirror, the reflection shifted, acting as it should. "Just tired," she muttered to herself, turning off the light. The second night, it got worse. She woke up around 3 a.m., thirsty, and saw her reflection again. This time, it wasn't mimicking her movements. It was standing up, even though she was lying in bed. It smiled, a wide, toothy grin she knew her face could never make. Heart-pounding, Maggie closed her eyes tightly, convincing herself it was a dream. When she opened them, the reflection was back to normal, but she couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. On the third night, Maggie decided to cover the mirror with a sheet before bed. As she started to drift off, a loud thud startled her awake. The sheet had fallen to the floor. The mirror was uncovered. Her reflection was no longer in the glass. She sat up, her breathing ragged. The air felt colder, heavier. She looked around the room, and that's when she saw it. Herself, standing at the foot of her bed, grinning with impossibly wide eyes. "You've been watching me," it said in her own voice. "Now it's my turn to live." Before Maggie could scream, the world went black. The next morning, her neighbors greeted her warmly as she left for work. The same wide smile plastered across her face. But her eyes were someone else's entirely.